Welcome to Framework Fortune. Oh boy, my lights aren't right. How do I look? Do I look yellow? What kind of colors do I look? Anyway, welcome back, Framework Fortune community. Let's get into some live trading. I held every single position I said I wasn't going to hold over the weekend. We'll get into why I did that later. But you can see Sky here taking off all the way up to 1045. So I'm in the green there. We'll go over the rest of these plays and see what's going on in the market. NQ last night when the futures opened continued to drop, so it is getting a little rebound here at the moment. There we go. Now y'all guys can see me better, hopefully. But yeah, okay, there we go. We're all good. So it is running into close to the 200 there. 200 days at 12, it looks like. So it's still got a little room to run. I'm going to continue to hold it because I'm in on this thing at 688 on 5 shares. So we'll see if it can continue to break out here. Let me go through this list. HYMC is down right now because of gold. I'll take BTCS off the list for the time being. INDO. All the oil has pulled back. A lot of things have pulled back, actually. LGVN looks like a possible play still. Dogs was at dead cat bounce from Friday, and that is still slowly climbing. Get that little consolidation there that it's in. Tried to break out of it, a little rejection. We'll keep an eye on dogs too. That doesn't look too bad. MITQ, like I said, I held all my positions, even though I said I wasn't going to. MITQ here has this little downtrend at the moment. Drop below that 145 resistance, but when you look on the daily chart, it just bounced right off of the 2 EMAs. So that's why I wasn't too worried about this play. I am down at the moment. We'll see. We'll see if it can get back up. It's trying. And then LTBR, the uranium play, I am still holding those 11 shares. I'm down about 15 bucks on it, but I'm probably going to add today. Because it just, it's coming down close to the trend line, but getting bought up some right there. Let's see how the NQ is doing. Yeah, see, NQ went ahead and came down to that previous resistance right through there, 3,200. Or not resistance, previous support. Let me go ahead and get rid of this line. Where are you at, boy? There you go. So you can see right through here. All of that is support. The top of the box and all through there. So if the NQ can hold this support, we can see another bounce back up to the downtrend. Which I'm thinking we might, because as hard as it pulled down Friday end of the day, and then last night, it's pretty hard pullback, actually just all of last week. So we'll see. We'll see if it can rebound. It's trying, but we need to see it get back above the top of that white box. Hey, what's going on, Lori? Thank you. Future birthday boy. Although I'm not going to be celebrating my birthday, I feel it's another day to me. Just like most of the holidays. I will be working on the 28th on my birthday. You guys will see me in the live streams and everything. I ain't taking no breaks. No days off. I don't care. Okay. So Sky is still ripping here. So this swing is working out pretty nice. Let's see if it's testing 11 now. Let's see if it can break. That's where the 200 day is. I mean, this thing's looking pretty good. Perfect. I've been experimenting with my tools and stuff. Instead of me being a terrible, because I draw lines so damn bad, I started messing with the other tools and figured out there's things that can help me draw better. Always just use the line, but so we got that little upward channel of momentum. Let's see. Also, 1075, this part right here where I believe this IPO'd at, IPO price, it's 1050, so we're actually over that. Yeah, I'm just gonna let that thing ride. Uroy way down here, but on the trend line. So I'm saying a lot of these uranium plays, even uranium itself. Let me pull up the futures here. We'll I don't want to celebrate on the live stream. I don't celebrate it. What's there to celebrate? We'll celebrate later. Now is wartime. We are grinding. There's no time for celebration during the grind. All right, let me see what else is going on around the market. You can see the VIX pushing up, the IXY pushing up, SPXS inverse of the SPY pushing up. Look at that beautiful down or uptrend. So you got a whole entire channel right there to follow that. Now if the NQ was to drop, or I mean if the NQ was to rebound, of course we'd probably see a pullback on these inverse ETFs. Oh, that's actually kind of failing right now to hold. Let's see, starting to dip down again. Oof. Gold down to 19, actually dipped under 1900, but it's everything. Oil down to 95. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to do. Let me pull my, it's a little bit of organizing here on my trading view over the weekend. I made my little market watch list. But yeah, you can see gold, silver down. Bitcoin and Ethereum are, well, especially Bitcoin is not dropping that much. It has barely moved during all of the things happening. That to me is signifying Bitcoin is really starting to strengthen against everything else, especially if we see it get back over 40,000 here in the next day or two. But yeah, we can see right there. Real estate market took a big dump after that big shoot up. That's why I was saying this was weird. This was a weird move. I was not expecting it. And the day it happened, I was very confused by it. This is more like it. I'm guessing why it shot up. It was because people were thinking with the interest rates, the 30-year fixed interest rates shooting up to 5%. Well, REITs and mortgage loan companies, that's a good thing for them normally. Higher interest rates means they're going to make more money. But in this type of economy where we have this high inflation, those high interest rates, nobody's going to be buying houses. We're going to see a decrease in house buying over the next month. I guarantee it. Well, I don't want to say I guarantee it, but more than likely. But just everything down other than Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin's right on its little trend line, bouncing today. You look at that whole channel there. As long as Bitcoin holds right here, we could bounce back up. And the most interesting thing is, if we hold, and I am not one to call for this crazy nonsense on Bitcoin of over 100,000, but going off of this channel and just straight technical analysis, if we bounce here off of this bottom of this channel and Bitcoin starts moving on back up, it has room all the way to the top up here somewhere around that 80.75, which 75,000 was my prediction for the year for the high on Bitcoin. And then, of course, Ethereum, my high is 7,500, which if Ethereum bounces here, would be pretty close. But that's looking more towards July by the time we get around those areas, if everything just doesn't collapse. Let's see, let me check on uranium real quick. Yeah, so uranium's down a little bit today, but overall, not down too much. All right, what's up, John F? Sorry, I was distracted there for a minute. I saw your comment earlier, just forgot. Let's see, Sky. Okay, Sky's pulling back off that 200-day. Not a surprise there. Now it's above 10, though. Actually, 1050. It should try to hold this 1050 area of support. Like I said, as that was that previous IPO open. Okay, so we got EYRP, looks like crap. NKTX, that did go on a nice run, but smashing into the 200-day and is being held down. It's going sideways at the moment, consolidating. Let's see, what's that bottom? 14. So you got a bottom of 14 right there. Top of 17. 56 million in float. What's the news on this? Positive phase 1. I ain't gonna worry about that. Positive phase 1. Don't care. That's way down there. UIRP. Oh, this is a different one. Let's see. They sold. What? Pharma. Let's see. After this company sold its U.S. cell therapy manufacturing to Catalent for $45 million. So they're selling off assets. That's not a good thing. RDBX, this is lower float. No news. And it's below the 200. What is this? Red box. Oh, the red box. Nobody goes to red box anymore. That looks like crap. Dogs is actually looking pretty decent. Dogs rebreaks 4. You know, it can still fill some of that gap or maybe move up to 5. Mid floats, ARDX. Let's see. FDA plans a meeting. I mean, that's not anything. Wow, Veru with a big spike. So they got phase 2 of something. But Veru is above all EMAs. We'll put that on the watch list, as that is possibly coming back alive here. Very bullish, though. At 50-day, just crossed the 200. Needs to break 15, break a 15, and Veru could run. CN, nothing there. Oh, look, Twitter finally moving up over $50. And I've been hearing all the news about Elon, and he's, trying to buy the whole company now and all of that, but I'm still not messing with it. Wait, what? Dogecoin is beating Bitcoin as Elon Musk's plan to buy Twitter takes shape. Oh God, Dogecoin up 6%. Not even going to get into Dogecoin. Absolutely hate Dogecoin. All right. Anyway, let's see. We got SoFi. SoFi getting a bounce off of these lows. That's the low of the year. That is really low for SoFi. Well, that's really high float anyway. MULN. That's an automotive stock. I don't want to deal with that. TBLT looks like they got, oh God, what a reverse stock split. 1 for 150? Good Lord, what a stock split. But that's why it went from 14 cents to 22. It's just a stock split. There's no actual price difference. Just that's an incredible 1 for 150. I don't think I've ever seen one that big, personally. Now, NKTX, we looked at, I think I put that on. No, I didn't put that. Yeah, that's right. Because it's a cancer treatment, but it's phase 1. So, I don't know. We'll put it on watch, but it's up 100%. I don't know. About that. Sky, of course, is up there. See, SBFM, that one's getting... They got a patent. Oh, yeah, this is that for use of mRNA molecules to treat cancer. Let's keep that on watch because this is a similar play to CRISPR Therapeutics. And CRISPR right now is at $50. But they do a lot of this that's all they do is gene editing. And if you look on a 3-year chart, actually, let's just go all the way back as far as we can on it. Yeah, so it came out at like $15 when CRISPR IPO'd. And then, of course, it's up to $220. But during that last COVID dip, it dipped down to $30, $40, something like that, before it ran to that $220. Oops. So this is the future of medicine. There's no doubt. This mRNA and gene editing, but CRISPR is way far ahead of everybody else. Way far ahead of everybody else. So SBFM definitely could get hype off of it. And if they actually do have something that's similar to CRISPR Therapeutics, it is possible we could see some type of crazy move out of this. But again, this news is not great. It's just a patent. So I don't know if this will even continue running today, but longer term, it's got some potential. Very low float as well, 7 million. Yeah, I'm keeping that on watch. I don't see much else. See XA. Oh, Beyond Air. Okay. They've got some inhaled data. Inhaled data. They've got positive data for inhaled nitric oxide to treat COVID-19. I don't know about that. Like, if inhaling nitric oxide was all we had to do this whole time, then that's really, really, really annoying. If that was the simple key to beating it, was inhaling nitric oxide. Oh my god. Alright, anyway. It is lower float. It's starting to try to break the 200. We'll keep it on watch, but I don't like it. I don't like it at all. ATN. It's actually still holding up pretty decent. What was ATN? A10 Networks. Joining the small cap. 600. Well, let's keep it on watch for a little bit. Okay. Oil down, metals down. Alright, so that's about all I'm seeing. We're getting held down at that 200. Let's see exactly where that 200 is at. 434. Well, we have this can I move this box? Can't move that box. Here we go. So you can see the little uptrend there, and then the resistance is quite a ways up there. Interesting area for this. Sky pulling back, but looking pretty decent. MITQ still holding. Back above 145. Well, what's everybody else watching today? What are you guys trading? So nice pop on Veru. Oh, Veru has a they just did a presentation of their phase 2 at European Congress of Clinical Microbiology and Infectious Disease. That line that's in there out. There's another line. Give me just a second, guys. I gotta do something real quick here. Don't need a little pullback on Veru. Okay. All right, I got that done there. Where's my... Okay, there we go. Boy, Cosmos ecosystem has dropped quite a bit. I'm going to have to pick up some more of that. Let's just switch this by % gain here. I really don't, especially after that little pullback, I really don't know if NKTX can run anymore today. I mean, that was a pretty strong rejection at the 200. We shall see. Sky starting to push back up. Sky is testing the 200, so if it breaks that 200, the 50-day is next, which is about 1350. Need to see this uptrend break. Not uptrend, downtrend. Let me get the wrong. Let me get a different tool there. There we go. You see, there's that $4 support right across there. So that will depend if it can break up out of this consolidation triangle. We'll pull back XAIR. This is another one. That 200 in a way. It's just not really that good of PR. It sounds like it might be good, but it's really trash. Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna watch this thing. Well, whoa, hold on a second. I just saw something. Okay. Beyond Cancer announces new preclinical data. Hold on a second. Well, let me read this. I saw CRISPR's name in here too, I thought. Let's see. At American Association for Cancer Research, showing ultra-high concentration nitric oxide therapy for anti-tumor effect. So just breathing in nitric oxide, I guess, is just the miracle drug. It sounds like snake oil salesman right now. Like back in the day, I've got this mercury cure-all. If you just drink this mercury, it'll get rid of everything for you. And hella nitric oxide. All right. I thought it was just for the COVID, but apparently there's some cancer news on this too. Let's see. We're excited to present these new data that further support the mode of action of our GNO therapy to treat solid tumors. There you go. There we go. And induce innate and adaptive immune response. In addition, the new data shows a dose-dependent response and ability of GNO to kill various types of cancer cells. These new preclinical data for our GNO therapy provides support for continued advancement of this program, which is on track to initiate a first-in-human study in the first half of 22. So they haven't even put this in human testing yet. So that's how far away they are with this nitric oxide stuff. So if they're that far away that they haven't even tested it on their first human, and they don't even have an exact date, it says first half of 2022. Well, you only got a month, 2 months left here. So, Yeah, I don't know about that one. It's got a ton of volume today. It's lower float. That's the only thing that's making me hang on is that lower float. NKTX is trying to get back over 15 now. Skype's still slowly pushing. I just don't trust it. I just don't trust this news. What's up, Lando? Hello, Minty. What's my TD P&L? I mean, at the moment, that's a very vague question. You talk about for the day, for the year, for all time. But then let me ask you another question on top of that. Why do you want to know my P&L? What information is that going to provide you with? Oh, I didn't see the YTD. My bad. Year to date P&L. Of course, Austin. Always, always, always. I never trust any news. It's all well, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's all lies, but they swing it. If you saw the debate I did on, or not debate, but the roast I did of the IMF spring meeting, it's quite a long video, but there's really no other way I could figure to do it. Um, but yeah. Okay. Okay, mean, I got you. You want to engage my improvement. So, let me ask you this. I can show you my P&L, but I already told everybody after I did my taxes 2 weeks ago, last year I lost $1,000 day trading in the stock market. That was my total P&L for the year. I lost 1,000. But if I just show you my P&L for the stock market on thinkorswim, well, you're not getting a whole idea of all of my trading because I trade cryptos as well, and I made over 10 grand last year in crypto trading. So the stock market I didn't do great in, but cryptos I did extremely well. So yeah. Um, but I mean, I'm an open book. As far as, let me ask you this question. What what do you want to know? What is my improvement going to help you as a trader? You know what I mean? Like my pockets and how I trade and what I do with all my income streams and all of that and tax things that I do and all that stuff is very specific to my individual life. So, I mean, if you're just wanting to know if I've gotten better as a trader in the 3 years that you've been watching me, I don't know. You guys can debate that, but I'm not here to make myself look like the best, biggest trader ever. I'm here to just let you guys see some actual, real, honest trading instead of all the nonsense like Ross Cameron, who just got, slammed. That's why the SEC and stuff doesn't really mess with me. They watch Framework Fortune closely, but they don't really mess with me because I don't sell any courses. I don't, tell people to buy or sell anything. So, you know, if your concerned is to see if I'm credible, I really appreciate you watching for 3 years as well. But if your concern is whether or not I'm a credible trader, well, what is a credible trader? I mean, Ross Cameron could have been considered a credible trader, but now you see he was, as I've been calling a long time, is full of shit. So, um, I mean, I like I said many times, I'm just a guy. I'm not anybody special. I just want to show people the world that they're not aware of, because most people are not aware of the financial world. Let me see here. Austin, yeah, I believe so too. I think the market might potentially flip up off of this bottom support, but I don't think it's going to be an extremely. It's not going to be like we're back rebounding and the market's good again. But we are probably going to see some type of little bounce off of that NQ. Um, Austin, you watched through the entire video, skipped through when the IMF and Euro Central Bank leaders were talking, but it was good stuff. I appreciate that. Do I trade full time? Well, see, that's another one of those questions. It's like the main social media idea of trading is like, oh, I'm a day trader and all I do is just trade full time. I am not just a day trader. I will not put myself as only that, because I don't just trade stocks and gold and silver and cryptos. Uh, I'm on YouTube right now. Like, I'm getting ad revenue off of this live stream. Not very much. These live streams don't make hardly anything, like $1 or something. But other videos and stuff like that I put out do make ad revenue. There's sponsor revenue from several sponsors. There's affiliate marketing. There's my cash flowing assets like my Kepler wallet. So like, I don't like, the main focus should not be as an entrepreneur and a trader to be, oh, I just want to be a day trader. You know, if that's all you want to be, that's fine. And you can do that full time. But that's not, I'm not just trying to be a day trader, right? I'm trying to get a stack as many income streams as possible, because that's how you build wealth. But I am trying to be, well, I don't even say I am. I don't want to say I am. Framework Fortune and this whole community and everything is my dream, is to have it the biggest info sharing trader investor hub in the world that covers everything, right? And so, you know, you got to think about that. Like, if you do just want to be a trader, that's fine. You can make money doing that. But if you're making excess money day trading, well, then you could take that excess money and put it into something else and make another income stream. So you don't want to just like tunnel. Well, like I said, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But don't just tunnel vision if you're trying to be a wider scope entrepreneur, right? Because if you're just day trading so if you go to work, you say you work at, I don't know, you work at Target or something. You're trading all your time for one revenue stream, right? You're getting that one paycheck for your 40 or 50 hours a week that you work. Well, if you're day trading 40 and 50 hours a week and you're still only getting one revenue, well, you're not really completely out of the hamster wheel, right? Because you're still doing the same thing. You might be making more money than the person at Target, more than likely, if you're a consistent trader, but you don't. Lost my train of thought. Give me just a second. I'll get it back. Yeah. So trading your time for one stream of income when you can trade your time for 20 streams of income the same amount of time, which one makes more sense as an entrepreneur, right? Like, if you're spending 50 hours a week for one income stream versus 50 hours a week for 10 income streams, the 10 income stream is obviously more income streams. So so that's how you kind of got to look at it, you know. the growth of me as a trader has extended. I've definitely changed a lot in the last 3 years. I've learned a lot. We're constantly learning as traders. We're constantly adapting. But I wasn't ready to get into all this. It's Monday. It's Monday, guys. Come on. Why y'all making me do all this thinking right now? I might have to look at all these damn charts. No, that's okay. I forgot where I was at anyway. Let's see. Where was that in the comments? Well, hey, I can't tell you if I'm a good source to spend time on, right? That is up to you. Some people like me just in general. A lot of people do not like me just in general. It's up to you whether you want to spend the time. I'm not going to talk you into it or try to sell you on spending the time on the channel, because that is up to you, right? Like, it's a free country. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh God, don't leave the channel. Oh man, you're going to go to all these other channels and blah blah. I actually encourage other people to watch other channels. So if you feel like that I am not worth watching, then please go and watch other channels. And later on, after you've been watching those channels, just come back and see me. Come see what's going on with me. That's the thing. Like, I'm not trying to get everybody, like, I'm not trying to build a regime of communism followers. You know what I mean? That, like, I am all about individualism. So I'm not going to force you or try to sell anybody to watch me. I'm about freedom and individualism. So if you don't want to watch me, that's absolutely fine. I'm not going to be upset about it. And I encourage you to watch other YouTubers. I encourage it. Especially H&H Trader, our partner channel. Nice little plug there. That was smooth. See how I did there? But no, besides H&H, I mean, H&H is a technical analysis monster. So you can learn a whole lot from just watching him just analyze the markets. But there's other good channels out there, like for as far as cryptos. If you're big into the Cosmos ecosystem, I push Liam at Confident in Crypto. He's not a part of the Framework Fortune Network, but I push Liam. The metal squeeze video, the nickel squeeze video the other day that I did, I actually caught wind of that from Coin Bureau, which is another crypto channel. Like, I watch other channels myself, so why would I tell you not to go watch other channels? That just doesn't make any sense. Okay, so exactly, Antonio Baez, you called it out right. I don't drive a Lambo. I ain't credible. If I had a Lambo, right now, if I had a Lambo instead of my electric car, it'd be costing about $1,000 to fill that thing up. So I'm not credible because I'm not spending $1,000 in gas on my Lambo. Instead, I'm in my electric car, not paying $5 a gallon in gas. So anyway, John, if you're watching, yeah, SWLV is the nice one to watch. I thought I had it on my list. Did I take it off? Let me put it back on I was doing some organizing last night. And again, like, don't expect me to be some type of amazing genius, master guru or none of that. I'm just a guy, okay, guys? Like, I'm just a guy. I'm just a fellow. I'm nobody special, so. SWLV. No, that didn't pop up either. I think it was swivel. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So it does have a little bit higher float, but this did just come out. It looks like an IPO the beginning of April. Yeah, that's that one we've been kind of keeping an eye on. I'm glad you reminded me of this. I thought this was on my list. Yeah, nice jump so far today, all the way up, to $9? So about a $4 run. Let's keep that. Let's definitely keep that on watch. It's making this big U shape here on the daily, and it just needs to re-break $10. Well, if it needs to re-break $10 and hold as support, and then break that 1075 IPO price, and then this thing could start moving. But it is in a very nice uptrend right now. Been getting nice buying volume with nice daily rips. Could have actually just traded the stock the last 3 days, because right here after that big rip, that pullback, 627 up to 8, that's $1.50. That little pop there was 579 up to about 679. That was $1 pop. 539 up to 7 almost. So about $1.50 pop, and then a day with this few dollar pops. So this thing is a pretty good popper, even though it has higher shares. I'll definitely keep an eye on it. Let's see where I'm at here. Let me check MITQ. Oh, yeah, IMTQ is back above, trying to slowly get up to that downtrend. Let's actually keep an eye on swivel here for a few minutes. Let's see. Swivel expands further in Europe with acquisition of Volt Lines, Turkey's leading provider of oh yeah, that's a big now that's a real press release. That's actually good PR. So they acquired Turkey's leading provider of tech-enabled mass transit solutions. So definitely very good PR. And that's showing. That's why it's been running for 3 days instead of like on a lot of these small stocks under $5. They run for half a day and then come right back down to where they're at. This thing has been moving up because it sounds like they are acquiring things left and right. All right, let me get back to some of these comments here because I know there's a lot of comments. I'm behind. Let's see. Lando been watching me for 2 years. Exactly, Lando. You know, you gotta be your own trader. That's the thing. You got to be your own trader. That's what I want people to be. I don't. You ask us if I'm not making below poverty line in trading. Well, yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. You know, it's one of my sources of income, but I got plenty of them. Yeah, I'm definitely. Well, I don't know what the supposed poverty line is, but here's the thing: when you're looking at that type of data, it's not going to incorporate the inflation right now. So, if let's just say the poverty line is at 30,000, right? Well, 30,000 a year ago is not the same $30,000 as it is now. So really, technically, the poverty line would be even higher. If inflation is higher, your U.S. dollar purchasing power is going down. So then that means the poverty line in U.S. dollar would be going up. So that's the thing anytime you're analyzing any type of data in a currency that's a fiat currency where it is at 8.5%. And this is what I was saying in that video where I was roasting Jerome Powell and all of them, because they kept trying. They didn't kept doing it, but they did it twice where they tried to take take data from this year and last year, economic data, and try to compare it to data from 2011 to 2018. Well, 2011 to 2018, there wasn't 8.5% inflation. So when you're looking at that, they completely ignored that. And as well, the 30 trillion in debt through 2011, 2018, we didn't have all that debt. So like that's something that bothers me when I hear that, those little one-of examples. Let's see. Free write-off, absolutely. It's one life. You use your trading to circulate your dirty money. Lando, you've come to the conclusion that everyone should settle anything in Call of Duty Warzone. Yeah. Spy's dead now, for real. One line, okay. One life, you have a Lamborghini and a Range Rover. See, that's what I'm talking about. Look, you don't need a Lambo. Lando's 19 with 2013 Infiniti G37 Coupe. Swivel looks like it may be about to break out here. Or go up for another leg up. Hold on a second. Get back here. That's very, very close to testing. Look at this nice little U shape. Oh, another thing, Ming, though, that you got to think about too is I don't normally trade with a whole lot of money on stocks because everybody who comes into the channel and stuff, most people are going to be trading on small accounts. So I don't like to trade. Like I don't want to put 15,000 or 25,000 in here to trade with when I know most traders are not starting with that amount. They're going to be starting with 500 bucks, $1,000, something like that. So most of the time, every once in a while, I'll put a little bit more money in there if it's a hot market. But in a market where we're at right now, I'm especially not going to be trading any crazy big positions. And besides that, I've been a bear on the overall stock market for 3 years and a bull on cryptos and gold and silver. So the majority of my investments and trading is in cryptos and gold and silver, not in the stock market right now. It doesn't make sense for me personally to throw a whole lot of money at a market that is being manipulated to all hell, has been manipulated to all hell by the Federal Reserve and in this bad economic times. Like I'll trade, I'll take a day trade or some swing trades with these smaller positions, but it's not me trading with a smaller amount. It's not so much about me trying to make money on the stream. My goal is to help new traders become their own individual traders. So I don't want to put, like I said, there's multiple reasons. In this down market, I don't want to be that heavy in stock market. But right now at the moment, everything's down. So okay, let's see what else we got. You bought your Lambo at a police auction. Hey, you might be able to get a Lambo at a police auction. Lori Lee, your cat drives a Lexus. I bet it does. Oh, that's awesome, Lauren. That's awesome. Well, definitely, I got to catch up with you. I'm going to be catching up with everybody here this week. I took a day off yesterday. I didn't answer my phone. I didn't do anything. Because that video was such a long video to record and edit. Let's see. Lando TD Bear Flag. What do you mean TD? Are you talking about the TD? Ooh, Sky coming back all the way down to 10. Hold on a second. What's going on here? Oh, yeah. The NQ's still pushing down. It's really struggling to try to rebound at all. We may see it come on down to 13. I thought we might get a rebound, but we might not. Let me read some of these headlines real quick. See what's going on this morning on the NQ headlines. What is going on there? Let's see. Oh, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're COVID in China and their lockdowns. That's the new thing now. I guess Putin's about to declare victory. So now that the Ukraine Russia war is basically going to be over here soon, according, I don't know this for sure, but according to what I've seen, it looks like we're going to go back to the COVID narrative. So, which is not good news for the market again. Yeah, China lockdown, making fears, concerns add to worries over Fed's rate hike pace. The Feds ain't gonna be able to keep up with that. We know that. Yields tumble. See, this is the thing that's weird. Yields tumble as investors back away from stocks and commodities. So where are you going if you're not in stocks and commodities? Ooh, I didn't know that. The Dow Jones Industrial Average saw its worst daily percentage drop since October 28th, 2020. High inflation is sapping the U.S. economy. Yep, we know that was going to happen. We knew that was going to happen. So all I'm seeing is a bunch of stuff about China and this COVID. There is literally nothing in the NQ headlines today about Russia and Ukraine. It is all about COVID now. How did we go from last week, the last couple of weeks, nonstop, every NQPR, Russia, Ukraine, oh, Russia, Ukraine. And then this week we're starting off nothing on the NQ about Russia and Ukraine, and it's all about COVID in China. We have a whole new narrative this week, guys. Oh my goodness. All right. Austin, you said you're not a fan of buying off of off acquisitions. Yeah, I'm not either, but it depends on the acquisition. Like with that one play, what was that one play we were looking at? Was it NKTX that's got the acquisition? No, that's the cancer one, which that did just have another pop up, but getting rejected again, making a little double top. If it doesn't break up over that 18 area where that 200 day is soon, if it starts falling again right here, it could be done. Which one was the swivel? That's the one that has that acquisition. But like this one, that acquisition is a big acquisition. I mean, if it's Turkey's leading provider of tech mass transit solutions, that's something that they're probably going to get government subsidies for, right? Every government loves to throw money at mass transit things. They always do that. So that's why I was saying, this one in particular might be different. So like most acquisitions are usually kind of nonsense, but this one is interesting. It's very interesting. And especially because this company's only been out since April 4th. And they're already acquiring a huge, well, I don't know how big it is. It says it's the leading one in Turkey, but they're acquiring it completely. So that adds value into the stock automatically. I mean, it's only, the bottom's $4 and the top is $10.75, and it's only been over 25 days. So they're building value quick by acquiring that. Let's see, MITQ still hanging in there. Actually turning a little bit green on the day here on the daily chart. Looks like it may try to hold above there, so I'm just going to keep holding that. It's still not I may add to it. I don't know yet. Veru on this daily chart looks pretty good. How's that dog's doing? So that dog's still just going in this little channel at the moment. No good. There's a whole bunch of comments again. Here we go. True, Austin. About the having to pay shares for acquisitions. A lot of companies do pay shares for the acquisition, but again, that kind of depends on the shares that they sell for it, right? If they give public shares for the company, well, that's going to lower the float, but the people who they traded the shares to for the acquisition are more than likely going to dump the shares. So you are going to have selling pressure a lot of times. However, this Swivel's only, 118 million in shares. So depending on how... Well, again, they could have done it with private shares. They could have, the private Class A type shares or whatever. There's several different types of shares companies can have, and they usually acquire them with the private shares. But the public shares could be a thing. I mean, I don't know exactly. I'd have to go and find out what Swivel did, what they're acquiring with it. Actually, I think it says there's no terms disclosed yet. I thought that's what I saw earlier. Oh, yeah, right there. No terms disclosed. So we have no idea yet how they're purchasing it. It could be buy shares. It could be straight out cash. It could be from them using a credit facility. We have no idea. So until we find that out, then we'd be able to know. The SPY does not look dead. Again, I'm not looking at the SPY. I'm looking at the NQ. And the NQ, the SPY is going to follow the NQ. The NQ is very close to dying. Like I said, I agree with you that there could be a rebound today. It's trying, but it's struggling. It is early. We're still real early in the daytime, so maybe by the end of the day. What does that say? Crypto powered by greed as leading industry players. Comments like in the Ponzi. Who said all this nonsense? Oh, a surprise. A European central bank policymaker said cryptocurrencies derive their value from greed. No. Just no. I can explain why no, but I shouldn't have to. Jesus God, that's just the dumbest statement I've ever seen. Cryptos needed stronger oversight as he compared the industry to the gold rush. Let's see. Fast forward a century and a half, and amid the global financial crisis, growing distrust of banks, coupled with technological innovation, gave rise to a new dream: a digital gold rush beyond state control. But then he said, but they're not succeeding. Bitcoin is at 40,000. This is the European Central Bank policymaker who doesn't even know what the hell he's talking about. He's saying that cryptocurrencies get their value from greed. That is insanity to say that. There's technology backing most cryptos. Anything can derive value from greed. Actually, even the way I don't even like the way that's phrased at all. Greed is a human emotion. So that's happening right now. People are greedy, so they're selling out of the NQ because they don't want to lose their money. There's nothing wrong with being greedy when it comes to being a trader. Greed is a part of survival of the fittest. This is still survival of the fittest out here. So that comment is so generalized. I could say the same thing about a shoe. Nike prices derive their value because people are greedy. Like that, like how are you the European Central Bank and you make a comment like that so stupid? Like that is unbelievable. Like that's why I know they can't be that stupid. They can't be. So that's why I know they are trying everything, these central banks, to trash cryptos because they know cryptos is taking the power from them. So all they can do is say stupid stuff like this and call it a Ponzi scheme. God, I hate these central bank people. That's why I had to roast them. You know what? Probably never going to happen. But if for some off chance, any central banker out there who happens to come across this and you hear this, come see me. Let's have a real debate. Not some BS thrown together debate with a blonde to distract everybody. Just a one-on-one central banker. Let's have an economic debate about your crypto. Especially you. What's this guy's name? Y'all hit him up on Twitter. Hashtag him on Twitter. Tell him I said he's a bitch and I'm calling him out for the crypto debate. What is this guy's name? He didn't even say his name? Oh, Fabio Panetta. There we go. Hey, Fabio. Come see me. Stop talking nonsense. Alright, anyway. Let's see. I agree that I do think the market is dead, you know. I just think we might get a short-term bounce. Because, like, when looking at the NQ here, you know, we're down here testing support, so we could get another bounce up. This triangle still has a long ways to go before we would actually see some type of dip if this support gives up. But I'm thinking this support might hold for a little bit longer, and we may have like a little rebound because stocks and everything just doesn't go straight down or straight up. You know, they got to make their way down, and it's still making its way down overall. But having a little rebound in this downtrend would not be that big of a deal. It would just bounce back up and then come back down again. And probably around there would be the third test, which I've been saying on the crypto channel here the last week or two. My original altcoin market breakout call from last year was about February, March. I was wrong. However, I've been watching very close, and the same date, right around July, every single commodity chart, every NQ chart for the stock market, every crypto chart, all have this same date in common as a possible breakout time or breakdown time. So I'm thinking we're going to see about July before we see any significant downturn on the NQ past what we've already went. I don't think we're just going to crack here and keep dropping. But I do think overall we're going to go down. I think it's all dead. But you're going to get, see, what you got to keep in mind is you've got day traders who are trading the futures. Like if you're trading the NQ, which is one of the most traded futures in the world, that's why it always has volume. Those day traders, what are they going to be doing? You know, they're shorting. They were shorting and shorting and shorting, or swing traders, both, whatever. And they're going to cover down at support for the day, and or they'll start covering this week or whatever, possibly here if it does hold up. And when they start covering, that will add buying pressure, and then of course you're going to get a little bit of buying pressure from retail traders and whatever institutions or funds that think that the market is actually full on rebounding. It'll basically be another bear trap like the last one here, except for the bear trap will happen right about there. And if we don't break out and we come back down, like I said, July could be the point where we see the big pull down start to happen. Which, again, on every single chart, that same area, here's the trend line on gold. July, right about there. Gold's come down, so it's going to take it a while to rebound, and it may come on down to the trend line about 1875, which would be a couple of months of consolidation because gold moves slow. And then right in July, right about there is when it would start pushing up. Sky looking like it wants to push up over 11. Everything else is kind of consolidating at the moment. See, how's my loser right now? Now, MITQ still holding in there. It's all right for now. All right. Okay. Everyone's dying from COVID. Everyone's going to crypto. Yeah, that's a good point, Lando. The algos dropped the market on earnings week. Not even just the algos. I mean, everybody dropped the entire market on earnings week. Everybody was like, I'm not messing with it, you know. The double top. Well, see, here's the thing though. SSQQ is an inverse ETF. It doesn't really matter about the technical analysis on the inverse ETF. The only one you need to analyze is the ETF, right? So you would analyze the QQQ and whatever your technical analysis of as of on the QQQ, which you would be going short bias if you're going into the inverse ETF, because that's all those inverse ETFs are, is just funds that are short, but you don't have to be a shorter. You're going long on it, betting that the market will fall. So you don't need to analyze the SQQ. Whatever the QQQ does, the SQQ is going to do the opposite. So it may have a double top, but it's irrelevant, because if the QQQ or the NQ just keeps falling, then that double top doesn't matter. The SQQ will just rip anyway. So that's the thing with inverse ETFs. There's not really any reason to technical. I mean, for entries and exits, yeah, you'd want to technical analyze so you're getting the best entries and exits, looking for support and resistance. But as far as the overall price action movement, it's not going to do you any good, because it's all going to be dependent on the long ETF or long future or whatever. Bitcoin is going to 500K in 3 months. That's not even possible. Um, Bitcoin going to 58. No, like I told you before, if Bitcoin goes to 58K, it's not stopping. Bitcoin's not going to hit 58K, and then people are just going to be like, well, let's get out of it. No, if Bitcoin hits 58K again, gets around that 60K mark, it's going to break out more than likely. Like, that would be too much hype. The hype behind that, every time that Bitcoin makes a move like that, the hype comes in crazy. And also, as I've said, they now have wrapped Bitcoin, which can be used to buy NFTs. So that gives Bitcoin a whole new utilization that it didn't have before. So, I mean, if you're thinking that it's going to hit 58 and stop, I can tell you right now, that is not going to be the case. Like, it is not. The hype behind it will come in and push it up higher. If it gets that close to 60, Bitcoin will break over 60. I know Baba, man. It's not. I just don't like Baba because of how much capital it takes. Baba's $100-something. There's just other things that I would buy instead of Baba. Me personally, I don't like. I don't like buying higher capital stocks because it takes more capital, which means you're having a lot more risk involved, and if it doesn't work out, especially when you're talking long term, like on Baba, that's just a lot of capital that can be frozen. Like, if I'm holding something for 6 months or a year, and it's $10,000 that's in there for a whole year. Maybe the price goes up, and it goes up, and you may get up to like 12,000 or 15,000 over that year's time. But if you took that same $10,000 and was trading it every day in the market, you're probably going to make more than what you would holding that 10,000 hostage, because that's basically what you're doing. And this goes back to velocity of money, because time is our most valuable asset, right? That's the most valuable asset. There's no debate about that. It's the only thing that you cannot get back. Once it's gone, it's gone. So the whole Warren Buffett idea of buying and holding for 50 years, to me, doesn't make any sense. The velocity of money, there's so many different ways to make money now. Like 10K or whatever, you put it in anything other than Baba, or trade it, like I said, you're going to make more than what you did off of Baba. Now, if Baba was a skyrocket, then maybe you do make a bunch of money, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't like I don't want to do a First Amendment audit. I'll leave that to the people who have the degrees and stuff or whatever for the First Amendment audit. I just want to talk trash to these central bank people to their face. That's all I want. I want to roast them to their face. If Baba comes down to 20, yeah, now that's a different story. Yeah, I mean, if Baba comes down and it's barely any money, or barely any capital, that's a whole different story. It could be a bear trap too. One life. That's what I'm saying. I don't know on an NQ if that's going to be a bear trap or a bull trap. I just think because overall there's not anything positive, it's going to be a bull trap. But again, news is coming out so quick and changing, and the narratives are changing so quick that I don't know what's going to happen by then. If anything, like I said, the other day with the three scenarios, if the government comes out and they pass light regulation on stable coins and back the US dollar by stable coins, we could see the whole stock market go the total opposite way and rip up. That would put us in advantage against every other country to be the first major country to adopt cryptocurrencies. So if that was to happen before then, it could turn into a bear trap. As of now, though, I think it's a bull trap. But there's just too much going on in these markets to really tell a week from now. I mean, I'm going off of my technical analysis. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want to see if the NQ is going to hold today and the rest of this week. If it doesn't hold above this line, then we know we're moving down to the next area where we're going to find support somewhere and consolidate. But if we do hold up, we'll see what happens from there. All right. Yeah, but see, Austin, that's the thing. I don't want to retire in 5 to 10 years. I'm trying to retire in 2 years. I ain't trying to wait 20, 30 years for one stock so I can retire. I want my money going in things all the time, nonstop, in and out, constant circular cycle flows. I don't want to say cash flows because I hate cash now. US dollars is until, like I said, something happens where they back it with something or do something. The US dollar, it's only just a evil necessity at the moment to move my money around, which technically it's not. I can get around not using US dollar. But yeah, I don't want to retire in 30 years. I want to retire as soon as possible. I see One Life still poking some jokes. The SQQ doesn't measure volatility. The SQQ is a ETF, not a ETN. SQQ. We go over here to analyze. To find out right here somewhere. Pro Shares Trust Ultra Pro Short QQQ. So there's no volatility, none whatsoever in this. It's just a fund that is short against the QQQ. That's it. Nothing else. Talking a lot of crazy stuff today, One Life. See your I disagree with you about you can make any chart inverse. You can and read it like a breakout to the downside. But again, if you're looking at an inverse of a, like the QQQ, why would you, okay, so let me just actually show you. I'll show you an example of what I'm talking about so you can see this. Because the type of thinking you're saying right now is going to get you in trouble. You're going to get spanked if you try to do these trades with that type of mind frame that you can trade the inverse off of whatever. So like right here, you've got this beautiful uptrend, right? This looks great. And when was that? 1220 on the SQQ. So if you completely ignored the QQQ and you were just looking at this, like you can see this, but you can analyze this as candles. But it doesn't matter about any of this because all it is doing is the opposite of the QQQ. Let's see, that's the daily. Let me put this on the daily chart. So there's your uptrend, but there's the downtrend. But it's not, you see the, let's see where we're at. There we go. 2022, 2022. I'm trying to get the charts matched up so I can make sure I'm looking at the right thing and not saying anything crazy. Right there. Okay. All right, so that's simple enough. I ain't even gonna take that. I'm gonna take this channel off. I ain't gonna use this channel as an example. Why would you even Let me put it this way: what would be the point of technical analyzing the SQQ when you can look at the QQQ and see it's in a downtrend? You know, every time this bounces, this gets rejected off the downtrend, QQQ or the SQQ is going to go up. Rejection right there. What was that? Looks like around January, rejected. And then what happened? Right around January, it started going up. So I didn't even need to see the QQQ to analyze, or the SQQ to analyze it. Like, I could have just looked, like, I've known the whole time. And that's another thing, too. Like, I've known the whole time while the market's been dropping that inverse ETFs are going up. So, like, I don't have to even analyze them. It's like, it's a waste of time, really, to technical analyze an inverse ETF. Because the inverse is just short. So, there's nothing in the SQQ other than short positions. The QQQ is weighted, by whatever it's weighted of. And the QQQ is going to be the main driver, not the inverse. Like that, it's not a good idea to trade like that. Like, you don't need to even see the SQQ chart at all. So why focusing on it for technical analysis just wouldn't make any sense. It just doesn't. All right, anyway. Let's see, Warren Buffett. Hey. Again, Warren Buffett did not make all his money in the stock market. So trying to use Warren Buffett as an example of someone who made tons of money off of the stock market over a long time period is not a good example. He had insurance companies. Insurance companies, literally, you give a company money, and if something happens, they might give you some money back. That is all an insurance company is. So that's more of insurance companies are more of a Ponzi scheme than cryptos are. Like, the reason why Warren Buffett is so rich is not because he invested in certain stocks over a 30-year period. He's so rich because he has multiple streams of income. He's not just a stock investor. If you go look at Warren Buffett and all the businesses he owns, he was way rich, way before he held all these stocks for 30 years. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I want to do. Is I want to be able to make all the money early like Buffett did, and then throw my money in the stock market, which all the money he threw in the stock market wasn't even his own money. It was money from his insurance companies. So it's not a good argument to try to use Warren Buffett as anything for trading in general. Now, slow and steady does not win the race. Slow and steady does not win that is not true. Go and ask a antelope in the wild if slow and steady wins the race. It's not going to, no. Slow and steady is the dumbest thing ever. It is a human concept that is stupid. Survival of the fittest is the law of nature. There is no slow and steady with survival and fittest. You're not a survival of the fittest. You're not going to survive by moving slow and steady. And that includes human beings moving your money. inflation is up at 9%. If inflation keeps rising, then your slow and steady is going to get outpaced by inflation. Just that alone. Like, you can't just, like, no, slow and steady is crazy. Slow and steady is what we've been brainwashed to think. Slow and steady is what keeps you in the hamster wheel. When a hamster is in the wheel, it's just chilling, moving slow and steady, right? And it stays in the wheel. It never gets out of the wheel. So if you want to go slow and steady, then have fun staying in the wheel, because that's what's going to happen. That's why I'm saying you need multiple income streams, so that you're not moving slow and steady. You are moving way faster than the amount of time that you're investing. The biggest investment is time. It's not money. It's not currency. It's not stocks. It's not any of that. You cannot get your time back. You can't. So why would you go slow and steady? You are risking time over a long period of time, so you're wasting a ton of your time on something that may or may not happen in 30 years. In 30 years, the world could explode. I mean, just look what happened in the last 2 or 3 years. Technological advancements have moved up the growth of human society by thousands of percents just in the last couple of decades. So in 30 years, technology could change so much there may not even be this type of stock market anymore. You know, the whole society, the whole world can change. It is survival of the fittest. Do not forget that. And you are not, as a human being, going to be able to get around laws of nature. If you think that you can, or you think that you're smarter than laws of nature, you are the type of person who builds a house in the middle of Tornado Alley, or builds a house on the beach where hurricanes hit 3 times a year and you have to constantly rebuild your house and put money in it. That is stupid human. That is stupid human thinking. Oh, we'll just keep building our houses in the way of all these bad places where, like New Orleans, for example. Let's just keep rebuilding New Orleans, even though it's below sea level, and it's going to keep getting destroyed. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. You do not want to be wasting your time. You cannot get it back. Everything you are trading is for your time. So if you are going to be trading your time, 30 years of your time, for something that may or may not happen, that does not sound smart and logical whatsoever to me. I'm not arguing about Austin. 15% annual compound interest. I'm making... Okay. Back in the day, yeah. Back in the day, you would be right. Back in the day when there wasn't really inflation hardly, you know, small inflation. %15 over 30 years compounding is great. Back then, we're not in that time anymore at all. And I'm going to show you why right here. This is an airdrop from me staking Cosmos Atom. So I didn't buy none of this. This was airdropped to me for being a Cosmos staker, for securing the Atom blockchain, right? Well, if I go down here to, let's see, where's it at? Oh, right here. APR, 109.3% plus 22%. I am getting 130% off of this liquidity pool, as well as 44% off of the staking off of an airdrop. I don't have $1 in this. I don't have nothing in this whatsoever. 44% plus the liquidity farming of 130%. So I'm getting 170% interest. if you want to earn 15% year over year compounding interest, you have fun with that in an inflated stock market, inflated USD currency. I'm in a different currency earning earning 160%. This is a new world we live in. And this sounds like, oh, that's too good to be true. But here's the thing. When you are providing liquidity to an exchange, right? Crescent Network is a crypto exchange. It would be the same as if you first met the TD Ameritrade person, the founder, and he was like, hey, I need some money to start this exchange. If you give me some of the money, I will give you fees from all the transactions. I will give you some extra money back on top of that so that we can fund the exchange to get it started. This is the same thing as funding TD Ameritrade, funding Charles Schwab, funding any of these exchanges that you trade on for stocks before they started becoming huge brokers. That's why you are getting this much high interest on these. Like, I just got this airdrop the other day and started this, and I've already made up $7 in a week. A week off of money I didn't even put in. So that type of thinking, it's gone. It's old. It's dinosaur thinking. We're not in that world anymore. You're going to, I mean, maybe you do get rich at some point, but again, I'm not trying to retire when I'm 50. I'm trying to retire soon. You know? No, I didn't say cryptos is a Ponzi scheme, Daniel B. I said that insurance is a Ponzi scheme. I I'm slow and steady. Hey, you're not wrong. My messages are slow and steady. I'm consistent and I talk slow because I'm from the South. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay, well, whatever. That's fine, DB. You can suck off Warren Buffett all you want to. Will we survive? Will we survive what? Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, Austin. I don't disagree that you're getting fair value price for Baba. All I'm saying is, to me, it doesn't make sense for me, for everything I'm doing, to look for compounding interest of 15%. I mean, I'm making way more than that, just off the Cosmo. I mean, that was one airdrop. I've gotten 10 airdrops in the last month from new chains popping up in the Cosmos ecosystem that I just turned around the same as that Crescent network and started staking and providing liquidity to the exchanges. So, yeah, well, now I agree with you on that. Not everyone has all the time in the world to day trade. You don't need what is that? What does that mean? I don't sit here and spend my whole day trading. I mean, Saturday I spent 2 hours playing a P2E NFT game on the crypto channel. Which again, I'm playing a game. Oh goodness. Speaking of, this even adds to my point. I'm playing a game on Saturday that still pays me to play it. Like, I made a nice rip off of this new set that just came out on Gods Unchained, the NFT game. So there's that's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't have the time to do this stuff, then that's your problem. Why don't you have the time? If your reasoning for not being an entrepreneur is because I have to work a 50-hour job, that's not a good excuse. You don't have to work a 50-hour job. You can be an entrepreneur. Think about this. This is especially for people who are new. Let's say we'll even go higher. I'll say restaurant manager salary. So say you make $50,000 in a year, right? Well, you gotta take the taxes off, right? So we take the taxes off. Hold on, let me switch back over to Swivel, see what everything's doing before I get into this. And then I'm probably going to call it a day here because nothing's really going on. So yeah, sky's still hanging out where it was. Oh, I see what I did. I accidentally changed these to the yellow. There we go. Okay. Okay, so anyway, if let's say you're making $50,000 a year. Well, let's break that down. Let's pull up a calculator. So, $50,000 a year, and we know you're not going to be working at a 40-hour work job for $365. You're not working $365 a year, right? So let's say you got 2 weekends every month, so that's about 8 days times 12 would be 96. So you got a minus 96, so we'll say 100 days from 365, so that's 265. Then let's say you take a week vacation, or let's say you take 2 weeks vacation. So that's 2 weeks, that's 14 days, so we're at 115 days, and we'll just stop there. So 115 days that you're not working, so that leaves you 200 days. So 200 days divided by, 2,000, or 50,000, I'm sorry, is $250. So, if you can just make we forgot about taxes though. We got to take the taxes out of that 50,000. So, you'd be making $250 a day minus taxes, which $250 a day, and this is on the 40-hour work week for $50,000 a year. $250 every week. Or $250 every day, so 5 days times the $250, that's $1,250, right? So the 5 days you make the $1,250. $1,250 a week is going to be, depending on where you live, probably about $250 coming out of it for taxes, Medicaid, Medicare, state income tax, all of that. So you might as well just chunk up 1 day to taxes. So you're only making $1,000 a week after taxes, right? So $1,000 a week divided by the 5 days is only $200. So to make that same amount of money, you just need to make $200 a day for 5 days a week, or 4 days a week, because you're not including taxes. Because if you're a trader, you can, or if you're an entrepreneur, there's plenty of ways to minimize your tax exposure. And you also don't have the government taking the money directly from your check before it touches your hands. As an entrepreneur, as a trader, we pay them the taxes when we feel like it. It's the opposite when you're on this side of the fence. We're not, there's quarterly taxes that you should be paying as an entrepreneur. But if you are not profiting over the amount of the taxes, then you wouldn't pay any taxes because you're not showing a profit. So we're not going to count the taxes on the entrepreneur side, where we have to count them on the 40-hour work week side. So $200 a day is all you got to make that 50,000, and that's $200 a day for 4 days a week. What if we did $1,000 a week in 6 days instead of 4 days? Because an entrepreneur, you can work when you want. So 6 days divided by 1,000, $160. So if you can make about $150 a day, you can get close to that 50,000 mark. All right. You make one day trade in the morning, let's say for $50. You're halfway there, or you're a third of the way there. Later on, you do a graphics design logo for $50, or something like that. Some type of side hustle hobby for another $50. So now you're at $100. Now you just need to make 50 more bucks. Maybe you go make another trade for $50, and there you've hit your goal for the day, or whatever. But here's the thing: are you going to be spending all day 10 hours or 8 hours to make that $150 when you're a trader and entrepreneur? Or are you only going to probably spend a few hours to make that $150? Probably going to take you only a few hours. So it's, when you break it down, it's very easy to be an entrepreneur and make what people are making after taxes on their checks and everything. Like $150 a day, 6 days a week is not that big a deal. Like, you think about it. If you spent 10 hours a day at work, 10 hours a day, if you did that same thing 10 hours a day to trying to make 150, you'd probably make more than 150 in a day. You know, because there's so many different ways to make money across everything, especially if you have the internet. If you got the internet, there's no excuse. I mean, again, I'm mining free cryptocurrency right here. I haven't put any money into this whatsoever. So that's mining. That's another little source of income. So if you can stack these sources of income, if you've got, let's break it down further. So if we need to make 150 a day, well, if you have 10 income sources that are making $10 a day, well, let's say you've got 10 income sources making up $15 a day. Bam. 10 small revenue income sources don't sound like much at $10 a day, but when you have 15 of them, that's that would be that $150. However, now is where it gets really good. This is where it gets really good, and this is what a lot of people don't get. This number, the 150 off of these passive income streams, or these revenue streams, the 10 times 15, that was off the math of what? Only 4 days or 6 days. Well, guess what? Passive revenue income streams don't take Sunday off. They don't take Saturday off. They don't care. So you can take your passive income streams at 150 a day and times it by the full 365. Whoops. Because it's not going to stop. So 365, whoops, come on. 365 times, what are you doing, calculator? Just work. There we go. 365 times 150. 54,000. So just by having 10 different income streams that make $15 a day, you could make that same amount that somebody else is making for their whole entire year of working 40, 50 hours a week, and then have plenty of other time to make more money because you freed up all that time, right? Those passive income streams, those multiple income streams, $15 for a daily income stream is nothing, right? You can make that easily. So getting 15 of them, it might take you 6 months, a year to build them up to get to that point. But if you only spend a year to get to that point, well, now those are all making you money. You're making $50,000, whatever a year, and you've got all this other time to start trying to build more income streams, right?
So if those previous income streams with that compounding, like you were talking about, Austin, that 15% compounding, 15%, of course, those income streams are going to go up. But if your income streams are growing even faster, say some of them are exposed in providing liquidity to exchanges, where you're making 100%, 150% APR or 50% APR, or maybe like a REIT or some type of real estate investment, whatever, you're going to explode those income revenue growths very quickly. You can do this from in a pretty short time span, because 2 to 3 years versus 30 years is a big difference. And then once you take that 2 to 3 years to set them all up and get them running to hit the goal that you want, and you're no longer working at a 40-hour work week or any of that. Like I said, you're able to go and make more. You have more time to build more revenue streams. So you just continue to stack and stack and stack. This is the whole point of Framework Fortune, to help people build the framework to your fortune. And the framework is built on multiple income streams. That is your framework. That is the floor of the fortune mountain that you're building. It starts at the base with tons of little income streams, and as time goes, those will grow up, and you add more to them, and it's all going to grow up until, you're where you want to be or whatever. But that is the difference between working a 40-hour work week or 50-hour work week and getting taxes taken out and waiting 30 years to retire for your one stock or your portfolio to actually make you some money. What if in 30 years, when you're about to retire, the market is down like it is now, and inflation's up really high and prices are up really high? You may have made more money over that 30 years, more US dollars, but your US dollars are way inflated and they're going to buy less products. So people cashing out of their 401ks right now are losing. I mean, they probably still have more money than they did from 30 years ago from their original investment. However, they're going to be losing money pulling it out. They're not going to maximize their gains pulling it out of a 401k during a down market. And again, if you're using a 401k, you're letting Vanguard or some stranger you don't even know trade your money for you. So that's always crazy to do. All right, woo. No, trading does not take all day long. If you sit at your computer all day to watch one trade, you're wasting a lot of time. That goes against everything I just said. What's the overhead on making an extra $10 a day? One $10 a day revenue stream is not a big deal. But like I said, 15 $10 revenue streams or 10 $15 revenue streams a day, that's going to start adding up. One life, you're so, listen. Well, actually, that was pretty far back. Yeah, one life, you didn't even listen to what I said. I did not say $15 a day. That's not what I said. You missed the whole entire thing of what I said. I just showed you how to do it an easy way. Like, I'm giving you easy goals to do this with. Getting one income revenue stream right now. But matter of fact, I challenge everybody here by 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, I want to hear each one of you having a new income, a new revenue stream. Doesn't matter what it is. And I'm talking passive income. I don't want you to go out and go do DoorDash like One Life's talking about and overhead cost. He's talking about stupid physical stuff. I'm talking about online. That's the beautiful thing about being an entrepreneur online. There's no overhead costs. There's no products. There's nothing. You can make these with no overhead cost. I have no overhead cost on my Crescent Network airdrop. That didn't cost me nothing. It's free. I already said that. And I'm getting 155% interest on a free airdrop. Okay? That's one. That's one revenue stream. Again, One Life, you're focusing on one revenue stream and you're focusing only on me. You're focusing, you're don't, matter of fact, well, I'm going to leave with this. If your argument against what I am saying is me, then you're not listening at all. Because this is not about me. That math was not about me. That was random generic math. And it was just math. Okay? It's just simple math. It was not anything crazy. I didn't come up with some type of crazy scheme or scam. All I did was simple math compared to the time and velocity of money. Time and velocity of money. Those are the two things that you've got to understand when wanting to be an entrepreneur. You've got to understand multiple revenue streams. There you go, Lori. Write the next 50 Shades of Grey. Austin said this is the fourth year you've maxed your Roth IRA. Nice. Nice job. Lando, see? There you go. Lando, working on a website with affiliate marketing that is centered around finance at a young age to target people 18 to 28. There you go. Lando's already doing it. The boy's 19. And he's already doing it, working on multiple income streams. Affiliate marketing is a good way to get multiple different income streams. If you don't know what affiliate marketing is, it is all what you see all over YouTube, and you see it in my descriptions. Every YouTuber does it. You know, we're like, oh, there's this product or this service that if you go sign up with, of course, we make a little bit of affiliate money for you signing up. But here's the thing, anybody can be on YouTube for anything. Like, if there's no reason why you can't start a YouTube channel. It only takes 1,000 subscribers and 4 hours of watch time to get monetized. So YouTube is another one of those. It's not a passive income. Well, actually, YouTube is kind of a mixed passive income. And let me explain why, so for those who might be interested in getting to YouTube, because I know there's several people. And then I'm going to call it a day. God, we're already at 12 o'clock. Yeah, I got to get going. All right. So you do have to actively work on YouTube, right? You actively have to put out content. So it's not passive per se. But videos from the past that do very well continue to get views after you've made them. So after the video is made, it becomes passive income. My thinkorswim setup video that has over 100,000 views I did 3 years ago, it still gets 100 to 200 views a day, and it still provides income. That one video every single day is providing me a passive revenue. Well, if you go look at my channel, there's tons of videos, tons of them. So while you may not make $1 million off of one video, if you have 15 videos, say, that are averaging out $10 a day, that's $150. So that's what I'm saying. It's a lot easier now to become an entrepreneur than it ever has been, especially with this chaos in the market. This is the best time to be an entrepreneur because you are learning about the cycles, the systems, and you are aware of what is happening, so you can adjust and maneuver with the price fluctuations of currencies and all of that and assets, and continue to grow your wealth. Like I won't stay in one asset for a long time. Once that asset goes up, I will move that money to an asset that is down. So then when that asset goes up, I move that money to an asset that is down. When that one goes up, I move it to an asset that is down. So as you're constantly doing that, it's going to stack. Again, building the framework for your fortune. You want to build up. You start building the base, and then you build up. You start stacking each thing on top of your base of multiple income revenue streams. Yeah, hey man, if you need to... Yeah, romance novels. See, that's another thing. I don't make I don't make 100K a year from YouTube. At least not yet. I don't make that much from YouTube. My channel's not that big. You know, if I had 1 million subscribers, then yeah, I probably would make 100K a year. But um, where the 7,000 some subscribers, you know, I would need a video to go viral and get about 1 million views really quickly, and then I would probably be making 100K a year off of YouTube. But I'm not banking on that or even looking for that. All I'm doing is, like I said, putting out content constantly that will constantly build my revenue streams. That's it. You know, if I'm not to 100K in YouTube a year right now, that's fine. I have other income streams, like I've been saying. So, no, I do take trading serious one life. Like I just said earlier, I made over $10,000 in crypto trading last year. The stock market's just not been where I want to be at that much. Let's see, Sky pushing up right now. Let me get back into a 15-minute here. You guys got me going off today. Oh yeah, Sky starting to push up again. What was that about me not making $15 a day? Huh? On my trading one life? What was you saying? What was you saying? Huh? What was you saying there? Look at that. One trade. One little trade. 5 shares. Okay, so this is a perfect example. 5 shares at $7. That's $35 invested. I'm up $20 in profit. That's over a 50% gain. And I bought this Friday. It's only 5 shares. If it had been 500 shares, a 50% gain on 500 shares, you can do that math and figure it out. So, I mean, that was a nice try to take away from me as a technical analysis and as a trader. But, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, again, DB, you're missing the whole point. I said 10K on crypto trading. I did not say crypto overall. I just said crypto trading. So, like I said, you guys can keep on trying to discredit me all you want, but your feeble attempts at discrediting somebody who doesn't care about being discredited, it's not going to work. You know? I'm a peacock. You got to let me fly. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a day. I'll let you guys know how these swing trades go a little bit later on in the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, come join the Discord. Just go to frameworkfortune.com and sign up for free with your email. Check out the website while you're there. Plenty of different resources, utilities, tools, and things to look for, and the day trading playlist lesson, as well as our whole entire network, which includes HH Traders, day trading channel and live technical analysis, crypto Corey mining, which is all about my good friend Justin and his mining setup that he is doing, his physical mining of multiple different cryptocurrencies. And then we got Stonks and Chops Gaming, which is our moderator. She, of course, is doing live P2E gaming with Gods Unchained and other P2E games like that pay you to play them. Am I forgetting anybody? I don't think I am. Maybe I am. Oh, and then, of course, the Framework Fortune Crypto channel, the other Framework Fortune channel, where you can see P2E gaming with me and crypto analysis and all that good stuff. But that's it for today. There will be a crypto update on the crypto channel today as well here in a little while. But appreciate everybody joining me as always. You guys stay safe out there. Until next time.
This is war with the enemy. Think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me. I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally